It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I don't know what we're doing today. This is the first time back in a few weeks, 3 weeks, I think. It's been 3 weeks. So sorry for our absence. First, it was just a break, and then it was my internet cable, my Ethernet cable that hooks to my computer, was destroyed by my oldest son. So we had to buy a new one, but we couldn't buy a new one until the 1st. And it came in, and hubby hooked it up Friday. And we were talking about doing stuff yesterday, but nobody got back to me. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a progression for everyone to get back into the swing of things. And for right now, we're going to do the 8 o'clock shows. And then I think I'm going to take the makeup table to TikTok to try to get people drawn into shows over here. At least for a while. And if anybody wants to join me on TikTok, they're more than welcome. The only change there is going to be a change. Friday nights, instead of Vixie, we're going to do gaming with Vixie, and I'll do different video games depending on what I feel like doing, and if anybody wants to join me, and blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. How you doing, Grinder? It has been a long time. Go from every day to nothing. I know, it's exciting. I did start an event calendar in the Discord channel. If anybody wants to find out where we're going and what we're doing, that event calendar, I'm going to try to update it every Tuesday, so it'll have the week on there. So if there's any changes, you should know. It should be there. Unless there's an emergency change, then I'll have to cancel stuff. And I'll have a link to our YouTube channel. So now, if you want to be on the table, you have to go to the show page and go to the table. There was something on my tablet. I wanted to shut it down. Oh, looky, we found somebody. Hi.
I'm lost.
How'd you get lost?
I don't know.
Let's sit down and have a cup of coffee.
Okay, I think I will. My mom said, Vixie's up there by herself. And I said, I'll go.
Oh, we're just getting back to the swing of things. I kind of thought it might happen. We have 4 people watching, though. That's pretty good.
Hi, guys.
people.
Oh, I forgot I can see the chat. Let's see here. Hi, Myrtle. Hi, Grinder.
I don't know who the other 2 are. Hello, mystery people who are watching us. You can watch Boo Boo. That's okay.
My mother is one of those mystery people.
Ah.
Looking at her over there. Say something.
Did you get your hair cut or did you style it different?
No, we gave each other haircuts this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yes. Would you like to see my mother's haircut?
Yes, I want to see your mother's hair.
Come on. Yes, you do. It looks good. What are you talking about? I did a good job.
Oh, I like it. That frames your face really nicely. I like it.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Hi.
How you doing, honey?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
I do.
Oh,
I like
are
her
we
hair
done?
color.
Oh, okay.
I like her hair color. It reminds me of my Aunt Sue's hair color.
I like her hair color too. When I was cutting it, it was like I started to see that there's like some nice like brown like nice like hazelnut streaks. I was like so jealous. I was like, oh my gosh. I have scissors right now.
I have very gray streaks in my very dark brown with red undertones hair. People always try to tell me I had black hair, but I don't. It's brown.
It's really dark, but I don't think it's black.
Nope. It's dark. If I'm out in the sun a lot, it'll turn this like crimson undertone. So if it hits the light just right. And I used to get it dyed into purple. So when the light hit it, it would look purple.
My hair was
for most of my
purple for
20s.
a long time.
I haven't done anything. My hair is all virgin hair now because I cut off everything when I cut my hair off. So it's all virgin hair. It's never seen a blow dryer or a curling iron.
That's like amazing. My hair was like, it was like one big knot. So I was like, well, I was trying to take care of it and it took me like 20 minutes to even wash it. So I was like, you know what? I'm really tired of this. That's
kind of like where I was with mine because the like 12 inches below my shoulders were just so hard to deal with. The washing it, oh my God. And I have to wash mine like, I should wash mine like every other day.
Me too.
Most people need to wash theirs like once or twice a week, but I need to wash mine at least every other day, if not every day, because I have psoriasis. So my head itches. And if I don't keep that clean, it gets bad.
Yeah.
And if you don't have psoriasis on your head, you just can't even imagine.
Right.
For the longest time when I was little, people told me I had dandruff. But then I figured out it's not dandruff. And Head and Shoulders and any of those dandruff shampoos always made it worse.
Yeah.
Like, so
that's the
much
problem
worse.
I'm having with my hair. Maybe I have psoriasis. I don't know. It itches really bad.
You might.
Like all the time, itches.
And I didn't even know. I didn't know I had psoriasis until like in the grand scheme of things. I'm going to be 50 next month. And I didn't learn until I was in my late 40s, until I was in my early 40s.
Wow.
I just thought I had dry scalp.
That's what I think.
That's what I always thought, is I just had dry scalp. Nope.
Wow.
My kids started getting psoriasis on their arms and legs. That's how I found out.
Hi, Myrtle. How are you healing, Myrtle?
Myrtle and I have been playing a lot of Minecraft.
Oh, I want to play Minecraft.
Jump on the server. There's so much shit going on right now.
Oh, I finally figured out the reason that I couldn't was because I there was something wrong with my Minecraft account or whatever. But as soon as I got my own Switch and like logged in, it worked.
Yeah.
So
Switches are weird. When I log in with my Switch, I'm a completely different character, and I do not know why.
Oh.
It says Vixen Littlepaw, but it doesn't have like I'll spawn at the 0 point, not in my spawn point, and I don't have any of the stuff I was working on the last time I played. So if I play on my Switch, it's very much different.
That's really weird.
It is. Handy. It can be handy though to have two characters, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing multiple things. But just so Eliza knows, I evened up her wall.
Eliza, she evened up your wall.
And put a water what the hell is that called? Feature. A water feature by your door. It's really pretty. I made it out of bamboo.
Put a water feature by your door, Eliza.
Oh wow! and horse stables behind it. That was on the not your land, but it's up against the fence.
Okay, that's good. You should go look at it, Mom. Since you're just,
yeah, I made a big farm in the community center. Oh, and there's an arbitrary apiary with tons of bees and bees nests. And
I don't know what that means, but
an apiary is where you keep the bees when you tend bees.
Oh, like that big white box.
Yes.
I'm learning new things every day.
I built one the other day because I was like, there are too many hives all over the place. And if I want honey, I don't want to go all over the place. I need to go, or honeycomb. I want to go to one place. So I made one. So I did it. There's regular beehives and there's man-made beehives. They look different.
Do what you want. There's no consequences for anything. Do what you want.
For what?
Anything.
There's consequences for everything.
Wow. I'm trying to tell the people to do what they want.
You can do what you want. Just know that there are consequences.
Okay, fine. Do what you want, but maybe you're going to get in trouble. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Myrtle and I have been mining like crazy. I made the gardens bigger, and there's like a stable with horses and a...
Hi, hubby.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
I was just going to say, freedom isn't doing what you want. Freedom is accepting the consequences of doing what you want.
Exactly. That's the oldest. I do it back to him all the time, and he laughs. He thinks it's hilarious.
He's like, that's funny.
Mom, you don't talk like that.
You see, GF.
I actually get to start eating certain vegetables and oyster crack. That's awesome. Why does my camera keep moving? It's ticking me off. Hold on.
I love oyster crackers.
Out of all the crackers, that's one of my favorites. I don't know if it's the perfect size and shape. The texture's right when you bite into it. I love them damn things.
Yeah, if I could eat them all day, I probably would. That's not good for you, but...
No, it's not.
Who knows?
There's not much there. It's just a carbohydrate in a pill form. It's chewable.
Chewable. What if oyster crackers could solve every problem that we've ever had? You just, my back doesn't hurt anymore.
Wouldn't that be awesome? That's way too good to be true.
I know. Unfortunately.
Nope.
Not a thing.
So I looked back on the last 2 years because I have a new feature on here. In fact, let me pause a moment to... Why can't I find... What the heck? B. Couldn't find B on my keyboard. Oh! Okay. I marked in the recording that's going to be in my library when I pause. I marked that segment.
Oh.
It's a new thing I can do. How cool is that?
So cool. And you're getting fancy over here. I see you.
They keep adding stuff, and I'm just figuring out how to do some of it.
Is it?
Hey,
like
Chrissy, welcome back. Welcome home.
Hi, Chrissy. Is it like the free version, or do you pay for?
Oh, we pay for it.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the free one.
I pay a lot of money for it, but I like it. I like having as much control as I have. In fact, when on Instagram or TikTok, I miss all the stuff that I can do on here.
Oh,
it's like, oh, I don't have a button for that.
Oh, you're like, I can't make it go away. Somebody help me.
So yeah, like I could upload. I also pay for Soundstripe, which I might stop paying for because that's getting expensive. That's so all of our songs and extra videos and media and stuff are paid for, so we can use them. We have the rights to use the credited. Items.
So you have to have rights.
Mm-hmm. That's where I get all my cool music that you guys like for the intros and stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That's a little expensive, but I really like having that too. And I pay for KindMaster, which is the editor I use.
I know, I use KindMaster too. It's so good, but it's
Isn't it?
expensive.
It's $10 a month.
Or
what?
If you pay for the yearly, I think they have a yearly subscription.
They have a yearly that's cheaper if you can pay for it all at once. It ends up being cheaper.
I like to pay for things in December because then I don't have to worry about them for a year. And then when it comes,
I usually have an extra couple bucks that somebody has sent me in December, because I have my birthday and Christmas. So sometimes I get money, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I get money.
Money.
I have a father who shows up in the form of a prepaid credit card every now and then.
Oh my, we like that. Hey, Dad.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
It comes in the mail. I don't really have to do anything about it. I send him texts every now and then, but you know.
Hey, LOL. Hi, LOL.
No, it's basically, hi, I was thinking of you. And then 6 months later, he goes, oh, I love you too.
Sorry.
It's just my father. It's just, you know, some people don't have fathers. Some people have doting fathers. Some people are like me and have this creator. It's just always been that way. It used to bother me when I was young. When I was young, it bothered me. But it bothered me for my brother. I was upset because my brother wasn't getting the attention he really needed from my father. And it used to piss me off. But then after we grew up, it was kind of like we both talked about it. And it's like, whatever. It's just the way it is. And you get to a point where it's like, I can't search for that acknowledgement from him because I'm never going to get it.
Right. And it's like,
so I quit and just take what I can get. You know? It's really
that's finally what I did with my dad, because I don't know, like I tried to have a relationship with him when I was like a kid or whatever, and he's just like, I don't know, he like made it very clear that like he wasn't trying to care. Like he would send me like things, and where I'm like grateful that he would like send me stuff, like it would be stuff 4-year-olds, because he didn't really care. He was just throwing stuff into a box. Or like he would, you know, just call me and like every now and then, and it was like bad. And I don't know, I'm just used to it being me and mom all the time, so like I'm not like used to having a father. So
me either.
For years, and then I unblocked him, and then like very recently I reached out to him and I was like, hey, like I really want to have a relationship with you. And he didn't want to do that. He basically told me that he was like, he said, that's really great, but I really want you to have a relationship with your brother instead. The brother that I talk to every day. So I was like, I'm not going to try with you then. So I don't really like, he sends me stuff, weird stuff, and like weird videos that I don't ever click on because I don't.
They're just weird.
Yeah, they're just like, some of them are like people singing, and those are nice, but I don't know. He's really like, I just talk to my brother instead.
So he just thinks that he can only have a relationship with one of you?
He's got like 23 kids, so he really doesn't have like relationships with any of us. So
are you serious, or did you just make that number up?
No, he told me that he has 23 kids. Like he has kids with multiple different women.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, I hope so, considering 23.
There's another guy in the mix or something, and he also has a lot of kids with like similar
the same women.
Yeah. So like they don't know which kids are theirs, but I guess that my father, I don't know if this is even true. He supposedly treats everybody like his child, but whatever his name is, Frank, only the kids that he thinks are his kids like his kids. So everybody likes my father more than him. But I'm not really so sure about that. But he told me
it doesn't affect you. That's not your that's not your standing. That's not what needs to be addressed.
Yeah. He talked a lot of crap about his family to me when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know these people, like I don't know, but oh well. I don't care to have a relationship with him just because like of that, and he's not a very good father. I like my brother though. I love my brother. He's very supportive and very kind, and I have nieces and nephews, and yeah.
There you go.
And I'm happy for that. And my niece, she looks exactly like me. She's so cute. She's got a lot of hair on her head. Just like me when I was a baby. Right, Mom? She said, yeah. I think she's falling asleep a little bit. Are you falling asleep over there?
Yeah.
Oh, she is. Okay, but don't do it out here, because if you start snoring on the live stream, then I have to get off,
and it'll be embarrassing for you.
And it'll be embarrassing for me. Yeah, that's right. She won't. Apparently,
I don't think we can actually help that. That's an involuntary thing.
What, snoring?
Yeah.
I don't snore. I snore. I snore if I'm really extremely tired or if I can't breathe. That's when I snore.
That's what snoring is.
But if I'm like just sleeping regular, I usually have my mouth closed. I don't know. I'm never actually asleep, so I can tell what my body's doing. I don't know. That's like something weird that I can do. I can tell if my mouth is open and I can close it while I'm asleep but not asleep. Does that make any sense to anybody?
In your twilight. It's called twilight.
Sure, right. Yes.
It's in between falling asleep and being asleep.
Yeah, I'm in the twilight zone pretty much all the time.
That's where that comes from, actually. The
Ooh,
dream state, but you remember it?
Yeah. But I do actually sleep though. I'm not never asleep. I do.
Well, you'd have to,
because I dream. You know?
There's only so much time a person can go without sleep.
Yeah,
and that's deprivation, and you go crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's happened before. It has
happened.
happened.
A few times in my life where I made myself not go to sleep for extended periods of time. Those were bad. Those always ended up bad.
Yeah.
I had hallucinations once. I've never been into drugs. No, I'm not saying anybody should or shouldn't. I'm no judgy. But I've never. It's a control thing. I just didn't want to. Yeah. And aesthetically, the whole snorting shit up your nose thing aesthetically is just disgusting. I can't stand it. The idea of it. So that's another reason I never did it. But anyway, the point of my story is to have hallucinations and never be on anything. I never did LSD or any of that. That was freaky. That was really. I actually saw a train coming down the track at us in the car. And I was trying to get my friend to move the car, and she's like, "You are tweaking. What the hell?" I'm like, "No, that's." I had my feet up on the dashboard, and I was like, "Oh my god, we're all gonna die!"
Oh my gosh,
it was bad. I think I stayed up for almost a week. It was almost a week, and I was taking amphetamines, which were illegal at the time.
Oh.
I really liked amphetamines. I will not lie. But man, they make you, if you don't drink enough water, they will hurt you.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where I've hallucinated when I was in college. I didn't ever get really good sleep, and this one time it was after something super traumatic happened, and I kept drinking Mountain Dew Energy and drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. And I was awake for almost 3 weeks. Seriously, actually, not even joking. I was actually awake.
I don't think I could go more than a week.
And I was I would get high. I would pop pills. I did some drugs in college, but I'm really glad that I'm like clean and stuff. But I was like, you know, doing like drugs and popping pills, and like I wasn't sleeping, so I was drinking Mountain Dew Energy, and then I wasn't eating on top of it, and I wasn't drinking very much water.
That's a big thing. Your body needs that water, especially if you're poisoning
I would
it.
drink like a little bit, but it wasn't like enough. And I mean, I was trying to cope, you know. So like, of course, you know, I was like doing things that I shouldn't be doing. But it was almost 3 weeks, and my roommates were like, "You need to go to bed," because like I was like,
"You're gonna have a
to
breakdown. We're gonna have to hospitalize you. We're gonna Baker Act your ass."
I was like hallucinating. I was tripping really bad, especially since like I don't know. I'm like a natural hallucinator, which means like when I like smoke. So like I smoke marijuana. When I smoke, I naturally hallucinate. That's just how it is. So like I'm kind of like tripping, but it's not to the point where like somebody's stabbing like my dog. You know what I mean? Or like the train's coming down the tracks. It's just like
I have never had one that real before or since. That's the only time that freaked my shit out. I could not, and it was so real. Even thinking about it now, it was so. This camera is pissing me off. It keeps moving.
Going in there. Come here, Sammy. Sammy? He's barking. Come here.
Sammy, why are you barking?
Come here.
Are you saving her from the window?
Oh, it's Uncle Adam.
You got sick?
No, I'm not sick.
Anybody texting you sick?
No. He's my uncle. Sorry.
It's okay. Stuff does happen.
Yeah. I was trying to grab the dog just because I didn't know if it was someone or because he doesn't really like people, but he likes my uncle, so let him go.
And as we're talking, remember this is an 18+ show. If you're watching it, kids go away.
Also, I am 21.
This is the adult table.
I am also 21,
almost 50.
and in the state that I live in, it is legal to smoke marijuana.
But the whole thing, just so y'all know, if you did not know this before, know this now. Alcohol, cigarettes, all the legal drugs, as well as the illegal drugs, those are poison. That's why you get the effect. That's what it's doing. It's literally a poison. You just have to be very careful. That's why people die of alcohol poisoning. The only thing I've never heard of killing anyone is marijuana or peyote. I've never heard of that killing anybody.
Yeah.
Like overdosing. I think it's because your body shuts down before you can overdose. You like physically can't do it.
Right.
Because your body goes, no, we're going night-night.
It's like sleepy time.
Yeah. So, but the best way to counteract is water and potassium.
Yes, bananas, so good.
You'll know you need a banana when it tastes like heaven. I don't eat bananas very often because my kids love them, so I want to have them around for the kids. But the other day I had this really good pizza. And I love eating a banana right after I eat pizza.
I love pizza. That sounds like a weird combination, but I think it might be good.
It's pizza. After. It's like a dessert. It somehow rounds out the meal. Like the texture of your mouth and the flavor in your mouth. The banana is so good.
I love bananas. Ever since I could eat them again, because for like 8 years I couldn't eat all this fruit. So now that I can like eat stuff, like I'm just like,
can I ask why you couldn't eat fruit? I'm curious now.
Well, it wasn't that I couldn't eat all fruits, but there was something weird that happened to me when I like got into high school, and I just became allergic to all this stuff. It was really weird, and it was like it wasn't just like a mild allergy or like my throat might up a little bit. I was like deathly allergic. And it was so
like asphyxiation.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like I was deathly allergic to these things. Like, and I almost died once like, because these kids at school, they were bullying me and they kept throwing shit at me during lunch. So one kid at my table, he was like, you should pick it up and eat it because then they'll stop throwing it at you. So I listened to this dumbass. So I turn around and I take a bite of it. Well, it was one of those Nutri-Grain bars and it was strawberry and my throat started closing. It hit my tongue and I spit it out and my throat started closing. I was so allergic.
I'm like that with eggs.
So allergic. And now I eat strawberries, bananas, like all the things that I was allergic to. I eat this stuff now, which is
There might have been something in your environment.
Maybe. That was like about 7 or 8 years ago. And now I can like, and I was even allergic to peanut butter. Like it was so awful.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for any of you who are allergic to peanut butter. That is like my go-to when I know I need to eat something to either take my pills or, get through the day. So I have a piece of peanut butter toast. It's my favorite.
I love peanut butter toast. If you don't know what to eat, have peanut butter toast. If there's nothing else to eat, have peanut butter. Peanut butter is great on like everything.
The other day I figured I realized we only had 1 jar of peanut butter in the house. I never have only 1 jar of peanut butter in the house. I have at least 2, if not more.
I would be panicking, honestly.
I'm like, we're getting peanut butter. You know how most people go out for milk? I'm like, we're getting peanut butter, man.
My favorite kind of peanut butter is those big jars that you get from Walmart, the Great Value ones, those massive jars of peanut butter.
Well, see, I'm a Jif girl, but you can get those big ones from Jif too. Or
I love the Great Value.
It's not really cost effective now. You can get.
It's like
it is fighting me.
You're like, stop. It's like, no.
It's supposed to have, there's this thing that turns on the bottom that's supposed to lock it, and I can't get it to turn any further. I'm really scared of turning it and trying to force it because it's plastic. And if I break it, I'm really screwed.
Yeah.
So I might have to go in with some painter's tape and really rig it up because that is annoying. It's all over me. All of a sudden, see me starting to go across the screen.
Tape fixes everything, man. Even like people put it on their cuts and stuff. They're like, oh, just tape it up. I mean, you shouldn't do that. Guys, don't do that. Go to the hospital.
If it's really bad. Super glue was actually invented for cuts on the battlefield. Hurts like hell, just so y'all know, if you didn't know before.
Oh, yeah, Chris.
When I eat peanut butter, my tongue tingles and itches. I think I might, That's in watermelon. I eat it though because I love it. I love watermelon.
You're like, it hurts, but I'm still eating.
I love it. I can't handle not eating. Oh, it's so good. I like the artificially flavored watermelon stuff too.
I know,
like the sips, watermelon sips. I love them.
Yeah, I love watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Watermelon Jolly Ranchers, watermelon Sour Patch Kids. I eat those when I have an anxiety attack.
Oh, do they help?
Sometimes. It's if you overload one sense when you're having an anxiety attack, sometimes it'll snap you out of it. And those help me sometimes, most of the time actually.
Nothing can snap me out. I try.
My big ones, no. But my little ones, when I feel it coming, I don't know if you get this, but I feel it. I'm like, oh shit.
Yes. No.
Because I know there's nothing I can do about it. And I'll eat one of those, and that sour kind of jolts your system.
Yeah.
Some people do it with thinking about like going through rote memory stuff like multiplication tables or name 3 things, name 5 things, whatever that one does not work for me at all.
Because they're like,
tried it all.
I think that you can see, and I'm like, I see blurry. That's what I see. Right?
Everything's tinted red. You know why? Because blood is rushing to my eyeballs.
I see blurry and blurry. Oh, there's some
blurry things in front of me.
Like that really doesn't. And they're like, 2 things you can smell. Blurry.
My sweat.
What?
That's it. Just my sweat.
Yeah, that almost overwhelms me more because they're trying to get you to not think about it, but in the process, while you are trying to not think about it, all you're thinking about is the fact that you're supposed to be thinking about these things, but you can't figure it out. I don't know. It's like so.
I know it does work for some people. Don't get me wrong. It just does not work for me. I'm definitely. I think biting into a lemon would probably work. It's just, the watermelon Sour Patch stuff just is easier to hold on to.
Yeah. Lemons
For emergency
bad.
purposes.
Those don't really go bad. I like those a lot. I feel
was
like
my
anybody
kid.
who would like bite into a lemon, they would just pop, just like that, right back to reality. Ugh. Oh, some people like eating lemons. I don't know why. I guess they're sweet.
My oldest did when he was a child, when he was an infant. He grabbed one off the plate and was like, at a restaurant, he grabbed one off someone's plate. He was like, and so he let him have it, and he goes, so we let him lick on it. Sure, kid, that's if you want it. It won't kill you.
Little kids are so cute. They're like, they'll try anything because they don't know. They don't know about fear. They don't know about like bad things. They just want to try stuff, They're just kids.
Well, some of them, most of them, a lot. The curious ones tend to go far. The ones that are not so curious don't tend to go as far, at least from my observation.
Stretch the back, stretch it.
I try with my kids. I was gonna, first of all, before I had children, just so y'all know, I had my first one signed up for homeschooling before he was born, so that I could homeschool him, and the government would send me stuff.
To
do it and stuff. I had them all signed up for it, and I was also going to be the mom who, like, canned food, and which I did. Don't get me wrong, I did do that, but it didn't matter because my kids wouldn't eat it. I was also going to be that mom that made the kids finish it, at least try everything on your plate. I'm not going to force you to eat something, but if you have never tried it, you need to try it. Just a little bite.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, that's fine.
Yeah. Just try.
Nah, I didn't get to be that mom.
Oh.
All my kids are autistic. Severely. Well, my youngest isn't severely, but he's close. He talks. So my youngest talks. The older two, not so much.
I was a big talker. You wouldn't think that I'm autistic.
Oh, I know. Some people are like on the opposite end of that. I've seen it before.
I was a big talker, but I didn't walk until I was 3, I guess. I couldn't like read very well though when I was a kid, and because we lived in Alaska, so they held me back because we lived in Alaska. But if they wouldn't have held me back, I would have graduated in 2020, which, you know what? It's fine. I technically graduated in 2020 anyways because I finished everything early. So it didn't really matter. But they held me back. They made me do first grade again. And then I technically did it again because we moved to New York. But like I couldn't read. I mean, like the words, I remember like the words when I was a kid were like flying off the pages. And like I was like, whoa. And like I couldn't pronounce things. I would get frustrated. I couldn't sound them out. It was like bad. It was just, I don't know. It was like weird. It was bad. And they were not helping me. I don't think they were helping me in the right way. I love to read, but I really like listening to audiobooks now. That's my like big thing. I like audiobooks because
I can't stand audiobooks.
Oh,
they drive me crazy.
You don't like audiobooks?
No? I know a lot of people. I had a roommate who used to listen to them in her car whenever we went anywhere, and I said, I love you, Elf, but I need music. This is not working for me. This is
and
James Earl Jones. And for all of you who don't know who that is, that's Simba's dad. James Earl Jones didn't speak until he was 4. Now he's like got one of the most coveted male voices in the industry.
My God, just keeps getting alive. Chrissy said that her goal is to just keep her kid alive.
Mine is try to raise my kids not to be assholes. That's my big deal. I just want you not to be an asshole. Do whatever you want, just don't be an asshole.
That's a good, I mean, I don't know. I think that's good to teach your kids, to treat other people with like kindness and respect.
And I agree. We have too much rampant bully / jerky shit going on
Yeah.
in this world. Way too much of it. I mean, I have a hard skin because I was bullied my whole life and I just never cared. You couldn't guilt me into anything until I had kids. You couldn't guilt me into anything. My mom said it was one of the worst traits I ever had, being her kid. She hated it because she could not guilt me at all. You know how some parents do it? I've watched parents do it and be like, that seriously works? Really? Mm-mm. We will not be an asshole today.
Wow.
I had to give mine the big stern talk yesterday because he didn't want his sister to talk, so he grabbed her lips, and I was like,
"Oh, no, don't do that." No.
He got the mad mom fire from the sides of my face, breathing breathless flames.
I mean,
I was so mad. Then he tried to reason with me, and I'm like, don't reason with me right now.
He's like, listen,
yeah, he does that. He's like, I have something to tell you.
Oh, wow. I have something to tell that one TikTok. I have something to tell you. Wait, I have something to tell you. I have something to tell you. Oh.
At least it isn't the listen, Linda, because that would definitely make me so mad. I would not know how to deal. I would probably laugh at it like days later, but at that moment, I would be so angry. So angry.
Don't listen, Linda, me.
But when I go to grandma, but when I go to grandma's house, you can't touch that. That kid is so cute, I have to say. But like I said, if it was happening to me, all hell would rain down. I would not deal with that well at all.
Yeah.
I don't deal with back talk well at all. Poor hubby has to deal with me freaking out about it. Yeah.
Well.
And then I'm still at the keep in mind dressed. I think I'll be on that stage of life forever. I don't think they're ever gonna get over that.
I can dress myself.
Oh, thank God.
Most of the time.
Now, when I first started having the anxiety things that I first started having them for real, like not the little thing, everyday things, but the things. I was pregnant with my youngest. That's when I started having them. And I didn't know what to do. It was weird, and I didn't know what to do. And all I wanted to do was strip down naked and run out into the front yard. Oh. I didn't know why. There was no reasoning. It's just something I wanted to do all the time. Whenever I had one. So I started taking cold showers instead, and that kind of helped.
Oh.
I was naked and I was cooler. And speaking of cooler, it was cooler this morning, and now it's getting warm.
I think it's cold here. Actually, I can tell you.
It was 68 degrees this morning, which for us is cold.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Florida. Right. Yeah. Wow. well, that's because it's Florida.
It's only because it gets so freaking hot here. At least it's not in the hundreds today.
Grindr said that Trump got disqualified for running for president.
Thank God. Sorry. I usually don't.
Honestly, me too.
I usually don't do politics.
Me neither, but
that slipped right out.
You're like, thank God. Dixie's trying to hold it back. I'm just over here. Oh.
That one actually, when he was elected, I got off Facebook. I couldn't handle it. I thought my husband came in and said he won, and I'm like, no, really?
Yeah, like don't.
I was like, no, really? I didn't believe him for like 20 minutes. I was like, I could have sworn he was like trying to tease me, you know. And I was like, ugh.
Well, right now he has a lot of stuff against him, and not only that, but they're trying other people that like had stuff to do in his case, and they are confessing to doing these things. So he looks so guilty right now because everybody that he like paid off, they're like confessing. They're like saying, I'm guilty, I'm guilty, I'm guilty.
Well, yeah. And he paid me to be quiet. Because that adds up in actually against him more than them.
Yeah. He paid me to be quiet, but I'm guilty. Like, oh.
And usually you can get, they'll strike a deal with you. You're a witness to this, blah, 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 blah. We won't press charges if you come forward.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I'm sure a lot of them went, yep, I did it.
Yeah. Or they
I'm not going to jail.
Or like less, like some of them probably got off on bail and they made it less. So they probably took, I would take the plea bargain.
Always. Especially if I know I did it.
Right. At that point, it's like when people try to prove they're like innocent and like it comes to a point where like you're sitting in court, you're about to go to jail for the rest of your life, and you're saying, I didn't do it. If you did it, just say you did it. Like, honestly, you're about to go to jail. They're offering you this deal. Just tell them you did it. Like, come on. Like, okay, you don't want to be found guilty. At this point, you're going to jail anyways. You might as well just come clean. Honestly. Like, honesty is the best policy, I feel like.
It's too hard to lie. You got to remember too much shit.
That's right.
It's too much.
You have to remember the story.
I figured that out at a young age, like 6 or 7. I realized, no, lying is not for me. I can't do it. It's too hard.
I was a lot as a child. I was like, no, I didn't do it, Mommy.
Oh, I didn't even try with my mom. My mom knew. I swear she has ESP. That woman is scary.
Give me the mom look over there. I didn't do it. Yeah, no, I didn't.
And the other thing is, my mom and I have really, really good hearing.
She said.
So my friends all have parents that do not have the same hearing level as my mother, and I'd be like, shut up. They're like, she can't hear us. Bullshit. She can hear us. I swear.
You're like, no, she can hear us, bro. You're just being paranoid. And then she walks in the room. What are you doing? Nothing.
Or she would look at me. She used to look at me and go, you be quiet. I'm like, I didn't say anything. Yeah, but you thought it. No.
Yeah, but you thought it.
She did that to me when I was in my 20s. And I was like, no, I am an adult now. You are not allowed to punish me for that anymore.
You know what?
I'm allowed to think whatever the hell I want.
I tell her that all the time. I'm like, I'm an adult now. And she's like, because she'll be like, I can't believe you did that. Or she'll be like, she'll say my full name and like yell at me about something. I'm like, I'm an adult. She just said, how about those mom eyes in the back of your head? I thought they were real for so long. What? I was a child. I was like, she has eyes in the back of her head? Like, what? Now I know it's not true.
Or is it?
I've worked with kids so much that like sometimes I'll say something, like I'll have my back turned to them and I just know they're gonna do something, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, don't touch it. And they're like, how'd you know I was even touching it? And I was like, I have eyes in the back of my head. Like, but it's just like intuition, because come on. Kids are like,
and then I'm the one who says, okay, here's how it works. I pay attention.
Yeah.
That's all. People are like, how do you know all this stuff? Like my whole life, people thought it was like psychic or something. And I'm like, no, I pay attention. I know what you're doing because I'm paying attention.
And like when you work with kids, then after a certain amount of time working with them, like different kids and different behaviors. So you can tell.
You paying attention.
You'll be like, don't even like, sometimes, because I worked at a summer camp, and sometimes I was like, don't even say it. And they're like, how do you know I was going to say that? Because I just know, like.
I know.
I know. Working with kids forever, like, I know kids. Like,
when I worked at the summer camp, I was working in the kitchen, and even I knew at the tender age of 14 what these little shits were going to do.
Yeah.
They all lived there. It was a very, very expensive summer camp. We're not talking like, we're talking like people came from Brazil and England and very expensive. And we all slept in pine cabins in the woods that had a light bulb.
Wow.
Thank God we had a real bathroom down the hill. We had a real bathroom with electricity, not running water. Because I probably wouldn't take the job. But some of these kids were so spoiled, and you could tell.
Yeah.
And it would just get to you. It would be like, you're not there, you're here, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. We had
Get over it.
We had some kids that were like that. Like, because the camp that I worked at was pretty expensive. We didn't have people from other countries, but it cost a lot of money to send your kids there. And it was like shocking. And they didn't pay us well either. So I was like, how come you're making all this money and you're not even
we didn't get paid jack shit where I worked. We
like
because they took out for rent basically for our living quarters, which was crap, and I would never pay for it. And they took out for our meals and the hot water and electricity. So I've made in 3 months of work, which is pretty much 24/7. You get 1 day off a week. One where I would go home, sleep, and do my laundry. Like I'd sleep all day.
Yeah,
do my laundry.
Yeah,
because I was exhausted.
Yeah, and I was a camp counselor, so I was like, I wasn't necessarily sleeping in the same room as the kids, but in the same place as them. So you never had like privacy. There was kids coming in the middle of the night. I'm scared, like, you know. And so and we got 1 day off a week. We had to work. We were also, this is so like fucked up, but the place that I worked at, we were the camp counselors. Some of us worked in the kitchen. I never worked in the kitchen. There was residential camp, and then there was day camp. So there was 2 sets of there was all of these groups of kids, and then there was kids that came in just during the day. And then so the day camp counselors, they got off and they could do whatever they wanted. But we were like, it was a church camp. So we were like in the chapel, like so much. It was like crazy. And I don't know, we worked Sunday morning to Friday night. We weren't just the camp counselors, we were also the cleaning staff. So after the kids left, we had to clean the whole entire campgrounds and retreat. We had to clean the whole thing. There was like 15 buildings. There was like, I don't even know. There was like so many. Yeah,
we had horses.
There was just so much. Yeah, we didn't have any animals or anything.
We had horses, which that was pretty cool because I got to because it's expensive to transport livestock. Just so you know, my uncle does it for a living most of the time, but it's really expensive. So instead of transporting them, they found out that I rode horses. So those of us who rode, they drove us up to this ranch. It's a really cool ranch, actually, and we rode the horses back.
Oh wow!
It took a day, but of course they put me on the most temperamental horse. His name was Buddy. I remember this.
Buddy,
the only painted horse out there. It was a paint. I don't know if you guys know what that means or not, but it's the ones you usually see in movies that have Native Americans in it. It's the ones they ride.
Yep.
Not the Mustangs, the paints, the white with brown and black spots usually.
Yeah. Love you. Bye, Mom.
He had such a temper, man. I'm like, Carlos was the guy in charge. And I'm like, Carlos, you're going to let kids ride him? And he said, no, he's a lead horse. I'll ride him or you'll ride him. I said, I'm not taking care of horses this summer. I do that at my own house. I don't want to do that here. He was like ready to hire me onto the stables. He's like, come on. And then we rode him back. We did have some like Greenpeacers. I don't know what they were. They're animal rights people. They would come and okay, let me start this from the beginning. I'm sleeping in this little dark cabin with 5 other girls.
That's the worst. That's the worst start. I'm sleeping in a cabin. That's worse. Like, you know, it's gonna be bad.
It's about 2:00 in the morning in the woods of Michigan. Okay, there's stuff that'll eat your face at 2:00 in the morning if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
But I get wake up. Whoa, what? So I'm running around in boxers and a t-shirt trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm
I'm 14. Okay.
Oh no.
And I'm running around trying to figure out what's going on. And finally I figured out somebody let the horses out.
Oh,
well,
God.
I know from my family and, being a part of farm life, horses are expensive. Like more expensive than cars.
Right. Expensive.
So I take off and people are like, where do we go? And I'm like, you go this way, you go this way. They were exactly where I thought they were going to be. They crossed the road, went down the next road just a little bit to this meadow that had tons of sweetgrass in it. I knew they were going to be there. And of course I found them, got Rocky and led them all home.
Wow.
What did I say his name was before? That wasn't right. It was Rocky. I don't know what I said his name was before. But anyways, his name was Rocky. And I rode Rocky.
Buddy. Buddy was what you said before.
Buddy was the mule. Rocky was the horse.
Sorry, I am super duper laggy on my computer, so even when I showed up and you see me showed up, I didn't see myself show up on the screen yet. So that's why I was like paused for a while.
That's
trying
fine.
to figure out, am I there or am I not?
I actually understand what you're saying. Actually, you're coming through a lot better than you usually do.
Yeah,
I was but
say that. I can hear him so clearly. I don't know why.
Probably because the kids aren't screaming.
Oh.
True. But anyway, so I brought him back, and we decided, us girls who worked the kitchen decided we're going to spend the night in the hayloft above the horses, and we scared off the people. We were like, bah! And yelling and clapping our hands against stuff and trying to do it without freaking out the horses. But yeah, we ran them off the next night. They came back because they came back. They kept coming back and letting them out, which it wasn't doing anything. They didn't want to be free.
Right.
They're like, dude, 3 hots and a cot. I'm good.
Yeah. And it wasn't like you guys were abusing the horses. Like, come on now.
We had this little miniature pony. I don't remember what its name was, but it was a mean little cuss. But those little kids, the little ones, loved that thing. It would pull a cart and they would ride in it.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was a tink or something. I don't know. She would nip at you though. Like when I had to brush her and stuff, she was a nipper.
Oh, she's like the pony from I don't know if anybody's seen this, the Boss Baby Family Business. And then the uncle, he gets, in the first one they're like kids, but in the second one they're adults. Well, sort of. But the uncle, he's like rich or whatever, and he gets like the pony Precious, and she hates his brother. It's really funny.
I haven't seen it, but I bet my youngest watched it and my hubby saw it.
Yeah.
Look, there's hubby, and we can see his face.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, and of course, when I decided to come up here like this, the oldest two just come out in the living room. Fortunately, neither of them are naked, so.
Oh my
well, that's good.
He's like,
we have this house going up. Okay, it's almost. We only got about 2 minutes, but I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. We have a house. We had a house next door. It was little. It was like a little bungalow, and it had this huge tree beside it. And a few years back, we had a really bad hurricane that knocked over the tree, which knocked up the house. So it was off of its thing. Well, the person who owned the house, my mom knows that. They go to church together, and they let somebody rent it, and these people rent it. I think it's a 2-bedroom house. I don't think it was bigger than 2 bedrooms. It was tiny. But these people, there were like tons of people who stayed there, and then they pulled in a storage shed, and I know somebody was living in that, and then they had like a camper, and I mean it was busy. They were nice people though. They, like when I was doing something, they'd always go, "Oh, can we help you? Is there anything we could do?" Or I put stuff on the porch like that needed to be taken out to the road, and they would take it out to the road without even me asking or anything. They were really nice and helpful. But finally they left. Well, then they sold the house. The owners actually sold the house. And I'm like, I wonder what they're going to do. Well, they did it. About a month ago, I think. They bulldozed it. Gone.
Oh, wow.
And then all of a sudden, there's all these machines and they're laying out, and they lay out I don't know if you guys know this, they had it surveyed, so there's little flags telling you where the land is.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I was right about the property line. Ha! I knew exactly where the property line was, and people didn't believe me. I'm like, it's right here. It's right against this tree right here.
They're like, no, it's not. Years later, it is.
We get another foot to our yard. You know, that was like a foot. That's a lot of yard, people, when you run that foot all the way down.
Yeah.
But anyways, not the point story. So they start laying it out, like where they're going to pour and stuff. And I'm like, holy shit, that is going to be a big house.
Wow.
And I was trying to explain before they got very far. I'm like, that's going to be a 2-car garage and that's going to be a 1-car garage. Probably the 1-car garage is for a boat because we live on the river in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's probably for a boat. And it started getting bigger and bigger. I'm like, it's going to be 2 stories because they started putting brick walls on the inside. Those are bearing walls. Yeah. You'd only do that. You don't have load bearing walls usually in the middle of the house.
Right.
They're usually the 4 outside. Mm-hmm. It's going to be 2 stories. Now they have a patio in the front. It's cute. It's a little patio in the front and then the garage, but it takes up the whole freaking yard.
Wow.
I hope that they fence in their yard. Because if they do, I will only have to buy a gate. Because my other 2 people, the one behind me and one beside me, are fenced in, and I have a fence around the front of my house. And then all I have to do is get a gate, and my kids can go outside and play.
Oh, so it's not like a rule that you have to have a gate, but you want to have a gate for your kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, people, I have this, I have to build this box for when people drop off boxes, because we order stuff for the kids and stuff all the time. And we have stuff shipped in, like pull-ups and stuff, like all the time. And they're big boxes. And people try to take shit from you. And then there's some people who deliver stuff and they put it at the end of my driveway.
Why would you do that? You're gonna expect me to walk down their driveway?
Place in cooler on the porch.
You literally have instructions and they're like, I'm gonna put it right here.
I'm serious. We lost a whole bag of ice once because somebody did that. I'm like, I paid good money for that ice.
I want my ice.
I want my ice. Well, I started doing the circle.
Yeah.
And I don't do circle without ice. I can't drink without ice. I can drink room temperature water, but flavored water I cannot. It has to be cold.
Yeah, because it's good.
It has to be cold. So I'm using bottled water. So why would I freeze my bottled water?
Yeah. When you can just get ice.
When I can just get a bag of ice.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than freezing the bottled water.
Yeah.
Because we have crap water here. In Michigan, where I lived, I know I'm a Michigan girl. I could drink out of the streams. I knew where in the streams was good to drink. Because there's a certain amount of waterfalls and then it's clear.
There's nothing like spring water.
Clear spring water is. We had a water pump at this one place we used to go swimming all the time. And when I took my friend up to Michigan with me, she's like, I don't understand this thing with the water. I'm like, here, we'll go here. And I took her to the spot and I pumped the water and I said, just cup your hands and drink it. Because it came right from a spring. And it's ice cold when it comes out of the water. Well, it comes out of the ground like that. And it's like, 95 degrees out, middle of summer. She drank it and she goes, that tastes good. I've never had water that tastes good. Yeah. It's kind of sweet. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like not really sweet, but it's kind of sweet.
It just has like a sweet taste to it. Yeah. There's some really good springs in New York, and not very many, but in the country. I should say in the country. I don't live in the city. I live in the country, and there's some really good springs here. And the water has been untouched by people, so it's really good, and it's very crisp and cold, and it's just a little.
I took 5 gallons home with me from that pump.
Oh wow!
I would have taken more if I could. I would have somebody ship it to me if I could. Honestly,
tap water is gross. We don't drink anything that's unfiltered here because we live in like a town. So we have like town water because we live in an apartment. So we don't have a well, and the water burns my skin when I shower. Like it's that bad. It's like so chlorinated, and if it doesn't go through the Brita, I won't drink it because I'm not drinking that.
The first time I was in Tampa and spending the night with friends, hubby and I were there for something. I can't even remember what it was. But I got up in the middle of the night and I poured a glass of water from the tap and I could see things swimming in it.
Right.
I never in my life experienced that before. It was such a shock to my system. I did not know what to do. I was like, and I was pregnant with the oldest at the time that happened. So
you're like,
yeah,
you're like, I'm not drinking that.
I think there was some kind of soda pop in the refrigerator, and I drank some of it because I couldn't find anything else, and I didn't really want to drink that. I was just freaking thirsty.
I'm not really big into soda. Like sometimes I'll have like a soda or like a couple sodas, but I don't like constantly drink soda. It's so bad for you.
Oh my!
That's why I love my Circle, because a lot of times I really don't drink like the flavor, but when I get that hankering for flavor, I can just turn it on. You know.
Well, I have actually been looking into. It's Hot For You is the brand, and it's a bottle that you can fill up with like Kool-Aid or Mia or Stir or whatever, Crush, whatever you want. And it has a dial on it, just like the Circle, because I'm paying a lot of money a month on sips.
Mm-hmm.
And I can refill them. I know how to do that.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a chore.
Yeah.
This is just a little cartridge. You pull it out. It's made to do it. I can't tell you how many of the Circle sips I've broke trying to fill them. And then it's a mess because it's all colored. Most of the stuff is colored. Oh, I tried Skittles yesterday and I don't like it. They have Skittles water flavoring. I thought I was going to love it because I like the Starburst ones. The Skittle ones are not good.
I like Starburst gum. Oh, that was good.
I like Starburst, period. I'm so happy they changed back to lime. For a while there, the greens were apple. And I hate apple. When they first came out, they were lime, and I loved it. But then for a long time, I didn't eat Skittles because they were the apple. I can't stand that green apple flavor. It's disgusting to me.
We still have the green apple ones here. They're not
really?
Lime.
They have lime ones in ours now.
Nope, they're not lime. Here, it's green apple still. Every single package I've eaten, it's green apple, and they're gross. They kind of taste like banana, and I really don't like artificial banana taste.
I hate artificial banana anything.
But I love
like it.
You know,
I like to eat a banana, and I like banana bread, and that's pretty much where my banana stuff stops.
I've made banana bread for the first time. I know that I look like a baker, but I'm not a baker. I can cook. I can't bake. I don't understand baking.
Cooking and baking are two different things.
They are two different things. I can
Cooking is more of an art form.
Yep.
And baking is more of a science.
Yeah, I can't do math, but I can do good cooking measurements. I know I can do it in ounces. I can do it in cups. I can do it any way.
My friend Monica followed me around once when I was making something. I can't even remember what it was. And I was like throwing stuff and she goes, just a minute. And she grabbed the ring of teaspoons and like try to figure out. And she said, how much do you think that is? And I'm like, about a tablespoon. And she
You're like, I just know. Yeah, I made banana bread for the first time, and except for there was 2 tiny little pieces of baking powder or baking soda, whichever one you use, that was in the batter that didn't get crushed
baking
up.
Soda.
And I didn't eat them, luckily, because it's very bitter and gross.
It's salty too.
Yeah, it's like weird. But the banana bread was actually really good. It could have been a little bit sweeter. Because I put different sugar in it. I didn't put regular sugar. I put like organic, like this organic.
You usually with organic sugar need to add a third more.
Yeah.
Because it has a very subtle flavor.
It needed just a little bit more, and it could have used just a teensy bit more vanilla extract. But other than that, it actually came out pretty good, except for there's something weird. I swear the oven is level. But the loaf came out like this.
No, that's something to do with the baking soda and the banana.
Oh.
Mine come up in the middle and usually break open.
Mm-hmm.
So
mine broke open in the middle, but like on one side it was lopsided. But I don't I'll bake every now and then, and I really don't necessarily want to get into baking, but I'll bake every now and then, and like I'm not too worried about it because it still tasted really good. But I don't know. I'm not a baker.
Christy, me too. I make pumpkin muffins, and I do pumpkin.
Ooh, I like pumpkin.
Banana, and I do what we call applesauce cake, which is a very traditional old world spice cake. It doesn't taste like apples. It tastes like a spice cake, and it's very rich and moist. And I like topping it with the crunchy munchy stuff.
Oh, I like the crunchy munchy stuff.
And it's funny too, when I make them gluten-free, they're actually good for you because there's like protein and stuff in them.
I like gluten-free food, but it has to be made by certain people because there are a lot of people who mess it up. But the Amish, they really good gluten-free stuff.
I worked really hard translating my stuff into gluten-free, my old family recipes into gluten-free recipes. That took a while.
Yeah.
My aunt by marriage, she's allergic to everything.
Oh,
so she liked she had my pie crust, gluten-free pie crust. So she asked me for the recipe, and I'm like, sure, here you go. Well, then she ended up baking it and selling it, baking my pie crust into pies and selling it. And I'm like, oh, that was nice.
Wow.
Get
some of the money.
But then, like a couple of years later, my mom really wanted her pumpkin granola recipe.
Oh.
So we can make pumpkin granola. And I'm like, oh, I'll help you with that. I probably could figure it out. And Mom's like, no, I want this recipe. And I'm like, well, I'll ask her for it. So finally she gave it to her, and she said, she told my mom, just don't sell it, okay?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And my mom looked at her and said, like you did my daughter's pie recipe, and left the room. She was mad. My mom has never done that for me that I know of before. And I was like, ooh, holy shit. But we did get the recipe.
Yeah, wow.
I tweaked it a little.
Oh my god.
All right, we're over time, but it was fun, and we haven't been on for a few weeks. We will be on tonight. Bitches with Switches, Mario Kart 8. Everyone who wants to be there. The link to the show is in the event calendar. The link to the table, if you want to be on the show, will be in the room, the Bitches with Switches room. And the event calendars, I'm going to try to get those up every Tuesday so you know what's going on. And I'm looking into connecting them to a Google Calendar. And if then you can put the Google Calendar on your calendar. And we can help you with that if you need help. There's something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, we'll be doing the 8 o'clock shows again. So Family Game Night on Wednesday. Bitches with Switches Splatoon 2 on Thursday. On Friday night, we'll be doing Gaming with Vixie, which I'll just be picking stuff up. Maybe I'll do Fall Guys if y'all want to come play. Maybe I'll do Mario Kart. Maybe I'll do Don't Starve Together. Maybe I'll do Minecraft. And I'll let you know in the morning, in the Discord in the morning, what I plan on doing. So if you want to join me, you can. And if you want to watch, you can. And then Saturdays, we'll have Coffee House in the morning, and Cards Against Humanity at night, and Coffee House on Sundays, and then Mario Kart at 8 o'clock. So that's pretty much what the schedule is for now. Makeup Table is probably going to be ending up over on TikTok. I'm going to be doing it at 5 o'clock, but over on TikTok. And if you want to come up, just come to the live and request to come up, and I'll pull you up. I think we can have, is it 8 people up there?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not the one to ask.
So guess what, Uni?
What?
TikTok wants me to become a creator.
You should do it. You should do it.
I said I need details.
Oh.
In a contract.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I'm not doing it. I'm not playing. Now that I know how it works, I'm not playing. But if we can get some money out of it to pay for this show, I'll be good.
Yeah, wow.
So, you know how I am. I can do a schedule. I
Yeah.
give myself a schedule. I have to start creating content again. They said they loved my content. I'm like, yeah, right. The only way they can have my WhatsApp number is if they know Bigo, Likey. For all of you who don't know that, they have to be part of the Bigo company.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how would they know I was a creator and this was my WhatsApp number?
Yeah. They had to. I think that they're all linked in some way.
It's all by the same people. I swear it's all Bigo.
Yeah.
It's all Bigo.
They can tell you it's not, but it
is.
It is.
They talk the same. They actually, if y'all have been on Likey, they've been bringing Likey stuff over to TikTok, like the prizes that you guys are getting now. With like, there was only a standard of 4 when I first started TikTok, and they were the same exact thing. It was a rose, something in between the rose, a panda. Because I remember going panda whenever somebody gave you a panda. Like there was little things like that you did.
And then there was like one big one, and now
I don't remember what it was.
And a heart, and a this, and love, and that, and the glizzy, and people are like, glizzy gobbler. I'm like, okay, stop.
Around the World was the big one on Likey. That was that most expensive one for a long time. I
got so many of those one time.
I gave them to you. Well, I was paying you. I was paying you.
Oh yeah.
When I was an agent, I would pay my creators, which I was the only agent who did that. I'd give them a percentage of my kickback I'd get from them.
I know. That was great. I loved that you were my agent. And then I used it to help other people. So it all worked out.
I was just going to say, we used it to help each other.
Yeah.
And then when they were like, we're going to not count if you're in the same agency, I'm like, oh, bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I fought that tooth and nail. I fought that. I know a lot of you know, because I put I would screenshot everything and post it for my
people.
I'm like, this is what's going on.
Yeah, you're the only one that ever did that. Other people, you'd be like, so what's going on? We don't know yet. You were like, screenshot. This is what they said. And we're like, okay.
I don't play.
I'm not hiding anything from you.
But my thing is, we're completely visible. So if TikTok is better and stuff like that, I will try to start a Vixie Squad agency again.
Oh, I would love to be a part of it. I would totally do it again.
I know, and I would totally sign you on. You do exactly what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
So if you were part of Vixie Squad, just so you know, I have a contract that you have to sign if you're part of Vixie Squad. That's my contract with you. And Uni actually already signed hers, so Eliza did too.
I already have a contract. I already have a contract. I've been contracted.
And the contract is basically do what you're supposed to do and be nice.
Right.
Don't be an asshole. But it's legalese. It is just for my protection.
Right.
And making sure
I don't blame you. You should always make a contract for everything.
Yeah.
Why not?
People are like, you're going to make me sign a second contract? I said, this contract is with me.
Yeah.
The contract you signed was with Bigo. This is with me.
Yeah. This is our contract.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sign a contract and I get to read it too. So,
Chrissy, when I start going live on the makeup table, you should come up with me and we will blast your account. Yeah. And try to get you up to live.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think you can do that yet. They used to be able to do that, and they took it off because once you did it, you could go live on your account, no matter where you were at. When they first did the multi thing, I got everyone to go live. I'm like, just go to my table, jump up, and all of a sudden because hubby got his live, and he only had 12 posts, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, come to the makeup table, and I will shout you out. And once you start doing a schedule, I'm gonna get people once I start doing a schedule.
Yeah, probably a lot of people will want to sign to your agency. I mean, I do.
I hung on as long as I could before I had to tell them to fuck off and die.
They treated you so bad over there. They treated our whole agency so bad. Like, honestly,
it was like being I told people it's like being in an abusive relationship.
Right?
They say they're gonna change and they're gonna do these things,
and then they don't.
And I would be on meetings at 2:00 in the morning till 9:00 in the morning because of the time difference. And then I had to do my hours and lives and my creations, which they took half of my creations away because I have breasts.
Yeah, boobs.
I got the boobs.
You got the boob.
And I'm not a 14-year-old, skinny 14-year-old.
Whatever.
Oh my God. And oh my God. Some exec at Likey realized that they were getting horny over a fat girl.
And they couldn't stand it. It's the first thing he told me when it started happening. Somebody's embarrassed that they're horny after a fat girl.
I got so many videos taken down just for like the way that I looked or whatever. And they're like, you're violating community guidelines. And I was like, it's not my fault that I'm chubby. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I used to fight, and I will always fight for stuff like that. Always. I'm vicious. Uni will tell you. I'll go after him and not stop.
She will.
I am like a tiger with a toy.
Honestly, and like at the end of it, we just end up getting what we want because I think that Vixie scared
there's a gold star by my name. I think near the end there. Just give her whatever the fuck she wants because she will not let it go.
Yeah.
Just
I think they were scared of you, honestly.
I knew how I was telling them how to fix their app.
I know.
And they were like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, can you fix it? They said, and I said, yeah, just let me sign into your terminal and I'll fix it. They go, just a minute. And they had me on hold for like 20 to 30 minutes. I was waiting there like, no, we talked to the executives and we can't let you do that.
Wow.
You're like, basically I would have had free reign over their entire app if I could turn them out.
I would have changed.
But I could have deleted all the shit code they had.
Yeah.
And it would have moved faster and done much. Likey has the best software for making the videos. They have the best. And
I know.
Uni will tell you this too. I've been on all the platforms.
Oh yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And Likey had the best. TikTok's probably the third best. The second best was Buzz, but Buzz didn't last.
No.
After Likey took off. But Buzz actually got pulled.
Yeah,
but
like
they had
really
a great editing suite. Buzz did. They had like really cool special effects.
Yeah, Likey has a lot of really good stuff, and when I like started making videos on TikTok, I was so obsessed with Likey because it was super easy to use too. Like anybody could use it. It was easy to edit it, and it was easy to add things and unadd things and do all this stuff to your videos. And on TikTok, it was like, where is this? Where's this button? How do you do this? Like it wasn't.
Well, it doesn't do all the stuff like you did.
No, it doesn't
at all.
It doesn't at all.
Because you used to be able to. I know you could put filters on one frame or all the frames on like and with TikTok it's like it's all or nothing, baby.
Right. Like there's no, and the people that can even figure it out, I'm like, you're a genius. You deserve to have so many followers because I can't figure out like the people
they use CapCut and they pay for it not to have a watermark. I don't want to go off to edit. I could do the same thing with Kind. I could do really extraordinary stuff with Kind if I wanted. But really, do I need to take that much extra time for that?
Right. And I have CapCut, and it's actually not that good. Like,
I tried it when it came out, and I hate it.
I'm struggling so hard because people make these bomb ass videos, and they're like from CapCut, and you're like, how are you doing this? Because I try it, and it's like, I'm like, what?
It is not intuitive. Like Kind Master is intuitive.
Yeah.
And CapCut is not intuitive. I figured out how it worked, but it is not as easy as Kind Master, and you don't get as many options.
Yeah.
Kind Master is very open-ended. You can do a lot with it because it is open-ended. And if you pay for it, you get a lot of extra stuff. Like special effects and stuff like that. Lots of green screen stuff. Lots of audios that you can use anywhere as long as you're paying for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like Kind Master a lot. It's easy to use for beginners.
The opening song on the Coffee House is on Kind Master. Is from Kind Master. I love that song. So there's some good stuff in there. There's some crappy stuff in there too, but there's some good stuff in there. It's like, oh my God.
I like that you can. I like that KineMaster is like a what is that called? On different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
All the platforms.
Multi-platform.
So you can use it on your laptop, or you can use it on your phone, or like an iPad. Or
I couldn't get it to run on my computer without another app.
Oh, mine. Well, I guess it's an app, but it runs real good on my laptop.
I'll have to try downloading that again, because if I could use the speed of my computer instead of my phone,
yeah, that would be faster. I mean,
it takes forever to render those commercials. Oh my God!
I mean, I can only imagine.
This is why I do it in little pieces. Just so y'all know, I do it in little pieces of time. I'm like, okay, guys, how's this look? Okay, guys, this took me 2 days. 3 seconds. This is 2 days work.
Honestly, like that's how it is. When people think that creators have it so easy, like influencers, like social media influencers have it so easy. You cannot believe the shit that I did when I was literally a minor on social media making $300 from Likey. It took me hours to make one video because
that's the other thing I did too, as the math. How many hours of work we put into it, plus how many hours of work we put in behind the scenes, and then and I said, you have to be paying us at least this much,
right?
If you want all this. Now that's after they changed and made us do a lot more.
Yeah,
for what they took away my crowns or whatever they were.
Yeah,
because they changed it to make it a very high level.
Right, you have to do all the stuff. You have to stream
for the lowest level. Basically, they took the top level and made it the bottom and increased all the other levels.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is bullshit. I can't put 40 hours a week into this.
No, because you have a family. Like, like people have families, they have friends, they have things to do.
Jobs.
Like college. College, jobs, like school, like whatever you're doing, like, and like putting 40 hours a week into something that you're getting $300 a month for is like that's like not. I mean, what? And it's not, and your money isn't, it's like commission based kind of. So it's not secured that you're going to get that money either. So you better work your ass off and make those diamonds. Cause I never got a lot of diamonds. People never wanted to clearly our team did, but like people outside, they didn't care about me. They didn't want to get, even when I made connections and went and gifted them, like no, it was like a bad.
And they were working their asses off to make certain, if they could get away with screwing her out of hours and stuff, and they would say, oh, well, you didn't get this this time. We kept a spreadsheet every month of exactly what hours we did, what days we did them on.
And I had screenshots. Yeah. At the end of every live, they had a readout of what exactly you did, how much time, how much you made, how many people were in there. And I took screenshots of all of those, and then hubby would take them and put them into spreadsheets. So the first time they asked for it, and I'm like, here it is. It was all the things for 1 month and the spreadsheets, and they're like, oh, I guess we
where'd you
wrong.
get that?
Yeah,
where'd you get
first
that?
thing they said, how'd you get that? I made it.
Oh no, that's crazy. And then you start doing it for our whole agency, because I remember a couple times they're like, you didn't meet your hours, and I was like, yes I did, because I love to live stream, so I was always on live.
Yes.
So I would be like, some weeks I would go like live for 100 hours, and they're like, you didn't meet your requirement. Yes, the fuck I did.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't tell me that I didn't. I know I did.
We just need to get you out there, Chrissy, is what we need to do. We need to get you doing a few. I have to do the few blog posts myself because they're not my favorite. But you kind of have to do some vlogging, which, just videos of you talking about stuff. It can be, and people don't care what it is. You can review a fast food place. You can talk about your day, what you're cooking, what your favorite color is. People don't care, but they want you to interact on a personal level. That's something I've figured out.
They want to know what's going on in your life.
And I have to start doing it if I'm going to, get my shit in gear. I had 24K over on Likey within a year.
Yeah, I think I had 12. I know that like last time I checked, I still have Likey downloaded, but I like never go on there. I had 12.6 thousand, and I worked my ass off for that. Like I really had to work my butt off. So
I was on all the time.
So
it was
was I.
really
It like consumes your life. So I hope that TikTok wouldn't be like that. I don't.
That's what I'm hoping. I'll read the contract. And I'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, I'm not.
Again, we're a half hour over because we keep running things.
I
See
know.
what happens when you don't go live for 3 weeks? I have a shit ton of stuff to talk about.
We're having good conversation.
I gotta eat some lunch and take my pills. All right, everybody. Love you very, very much, and we will see you tonight. You need to get over it because it's fine. I understand you're fine.
I knew I'd find it sooner or later. It's a clue.
Oh,
have a good one, guys.
It's
I'm
a
like,
clue.
what?
It's a clue.
Go ahead, Hubby.
It's a clue.
I can't tell if I'm on or off.
You're on.
Okay, cool. See you later, everyone. I got Boogie hanging over me, like looming over me with the
That's our oldest
thing on because he wants another tablet.
I thought he meant he had a boogie in his nose. I was like,
No, we call him booger snot. We called him booger snot when he was little because he had a lot of snot. He was snot nose punk. So, and he's like in his 20s now, and we still call him that.
Hold on, Boogie, yeah. Got looming boogies.
All right, everybody. Love you so much. Hope to see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence